Alright, this is the Hulock Tournament, a 3-2 Blitz format, 50 minutes of 3-2 chess. Alright, so let's see how many games we could get in here. This is certainly different. Ooh, I'm noticing that I'm able to move the pieces quicker. For some reason, it seems like they're snapping out faster from when I played last in the tournament. So that's nice. Let's get my bishop here. Stop bishop f5. Let's back up. So there won't be any time burner stuff. I'm going to play this. See if they damage my structure. I didn't commit my king to the king side yet, so if they give me the g file, maybe I play against their king. Additionally, maybe I drop my knight in here. Yeah, maybe regardless, like if they defend that square, I would still go queenside. So they just gave up what? They gave up their light square bishop. Let's put the rook right here. Immediately occupy that half-open file. Queenside castle? I don't know. Could I get away with keeping the king in the center? Nah. Let's get these moves in. King b1, rook c1. Maybe play against this pawn. If b4, probably knight a4. This is a weak square. They might try to jump into c4. That can be a bit disruptive. Okay, let's defend here. They were threatening to kick my knight. I can consider also queen a4. I think I like this, though. Actually, getting a knight right here, wouldn't that be absolutely deadly? Queen a4, where would the queen go? Queen a4, queen b6. Queen a4, knight. Queen a4, queen c7. Then I have to move my knight. He can't go to can't go to a4. Let's go for this. See if they go for a queen trade. I think it'd just favor me if they go for a queen trade, because they have the worst structure. Wow. Was not expecting that. They might end up not being able to get rid of their pawn. Actually, even if they do get rid of their pawn, I'll have a target in that of the d5 pawn. So this shouldn't be an issue against their king. I didn't consider that. I think I should take the knight. Oh, no. We go here. Bishop takes knight, I take here. Which is just flat out winning. Because I have those discover check ideas. Rook takes pawn. So now, what should I do? I feel like I just want to stop this a pawn from advancing. Knight a6, rook c1, and slowly build up. Let me do that. This is a fine square for the knight. No, I'm not threatening anything. This is defend. Oh, maybe I am threatening something. Excuse me. Threatening to take the bishop and then take here. There's no rook b8. Slow improving moves are this. Rook c1. This pawn is a good one. Kind of kills the knight. I have good control over this position. This is maybe an idea. It hits one piece. Okay, should I go straight in for this? No. Let's disrupt the rook position. Working with the two bishops, they usually function very well on adjacent diagonals. Let's go in for that. And now, should I just cash out? Take here and then take on b4? Yeah, let's do something quick. Grab a pawn. There's no push. Controlling c8, that has to be pretty awkward. Rook here. How are they defending this guy? Knight c4. Have to be a bit careful of these checks and then getting here. Let's put pressure. Okay, I want to stop knight here. I'm just going to take a moment out to secure this square. I guess on rook b8 I have to go here. Yeah. a3, a5, there's knight a3. So I'm looking at this. Be a bit careful because I'll be opposite their bishop with my king in the corner. Maybe this. Knight a3, then here. No. He could return to c4. I want to get rid of their knight. They're going to make that difficult. Let's start with this, though. And what next? Let's go here. I still need to get rid of their knight. To b3. Pretty even on the clock. 10-second advantage, but it's not so much. I'm up a pawn, but it's kind of tough. Maybe I should not have captured on that square. b3. Maybe I'm going to invest the exchange and then play against that pawn. I think I have good control. This knight on d3 is pretty strong, so I have two pawns for the exchange. My bishop is a loose piece. Rook b5. Don't want to do this. I want to maintain this structure. Yeah, I want to maintain this structure. Now this pawn is pinned. Let's pinpoint c6. I want to get my king over here like yesterday. King b1, king c2. Yeah, let's do it. If their f-pawn is free, I think I want to play here just so I could retreat on f5. Yeah, I have very good control. I could even consider b4 maybe. King c2, b4, king b3. Maybe I could put some pressure on them with the clock. Let's start with f4. Ooh, didn't even consider that. Alright, I need to have a little bit of a role reversal. What's wrong with playing this move? That's like a passing move. Knight right here. Knight right here, and then that pawn falls. Okay, I have enough coverage, though, on this square. I'll push with this one. And now I could just start rolling. Yeah, this is a tsunami of pawns. Let's keep control over the dark squares. This is a super defender. And now we could even question their king position, have my pawns control dark. Let's give a check. Oh, it's close to mate, isn't it? I don't know. Bishop here if the king goes there. Let's keep going. My knight is really good. Less than 10. Let's keep going. My bishop is killing both of their rooks. Just improve my king position a little bit. Let's go here. Knight f4 is close to mate. That's mate. Whew, that game took forever. We're already 40. There's only 40 minutes left. Okay, yeah, that's why I wanted to do a longer time control. That one turned very positional. I must have had something better. You know? Instead of taking on f6. What? He resigned. Who's in first? A quick resigner. Whoa. I got fire and everything. Oh, there's 58 players. Alright. Cool bunch here from this created Hulak tournament. Let's see who I get paired up with next. Who's playing right now? Anton Cubed versus Tsunami of Pawns. Tsunami of Pawns is in the tournament. It'll just cut away, right? If my game starts when I'm viewing the tournament. Let's just make sure. I'm still in there. Captain Obvious is playing. Didn't he just finish? Maybe I'm getting paired up with Sheppy, 13. And it's taking a little bit for me to get paired. There we go. Okay. Let's try e4. What did I do in that last game? Did I play knight f3? Yeah. Alright, e4 it is. Let's try bishop b5. Positionalness. And we're going to baby step it. Queen e2? Yeah, let's go queen e2. Maybe this idea. Let me just stop that knight move. We're going to do this first. I'm taking these steps because I don't want the d4 move to be met with d5. I want to secure b4, and I'm looking to get this move in next. And I got it in. So I have this ideal pawn center, but he still needs to play. These squares are under control. If knight a5, I could just kick them and play bishop b2. So can I control this knight? Slow improving move is h3, just getting a flight square in there. I wonder if some idea with rook b1, and then my knight is free to move, because I think as soon as he moves, there's going to be a quick knight a5 to c4, so I want to kind of stop that. Maybe moving the rook and then pivoting, coming over here. Could I look forward to an attack against the king? I don't know. What's something more I could look into? Well, now that I have this ideal pawn center, I should be considering some pawn push with tempo at some stage. I want to be a bit careful. As soon as I move this knight d5, there may even be a pawn sack idea. Let's get my rook here. Secure this pawn. Yeah, there might be this idea. Takes, and then playing against this square. You know, positional sacrifice to make use of the d5 square. Here, there, a knight exchange, I win a pawn. If this bishop wasn't here, there'd be a knight e7 to d5 maneuver. I have this reposition out. Okay. So knight here, d5 push, knight g3. Forces an exchange of knights. I guess now they're lining up knight a5 into c4 since the queen and rook are there. So maybe I should consider b4 right now. I think that's fine. Yeah, no, there isn't a sacrifice working here. Knight takes, queen here, hitting these two could be met with knight b3. Either knight to b3, and it defends the rook. Okay, I think that my bishop knows his place, so let's get there. And soon we're going to be opposite their queen, so she's going to have to find a new home. Meanwhile, this might be an idea as well, looking to damage the kingside. We'll see. This seems too sensible not to play. Like right away. Maybe I could sneak in another quick move. Like h3, super threatening, right? I could dislodge this knight. Okay, they're going in for this now. Yeah. So maybe I should do what? Well, we're going to focus on this square. I think they're going to get into c4, though, huh? I don't want to allow that knight to get there so easily. Let's take some care over these light squares. That's where I'm very weakened. They have better harmony between their pawn structure and bishop. I'm playing with the space advantage, but can I really put this guy to use? Maybe now that I don't have a knight on f4, this is possible. Knight c5 is my idea with knight b3. I just want to cover this square, and I'll probably go in for that. Knight a4 shouldn't be so much of a bother. Just back up. What's the story there? Oh, let's jump right in. I'd like to have my bishop extended some. Oh, they just dropped their knight. They missed that. Whoops. Yeah, they resigned. Right? Yeah, they resigned. Back to tournament. Yep. They didn't see that backward move there. That was a sudden end. That was the big battle that was going on. They had a good harmony, as mentioned, with their pawn structure and remaining bishop. I had a space advantage. A lot of the attention we saw was on that C file and those pivot squares, the squares where we each had a pawn controlling. Those C file squares. Alright, we got black for the first time here. Still 33 minutes left in this one. 11, 8, 7 is where we are at. Let's try Nimzo. Knight c3, knight f3. Alright, Nimzo Indian it is. Classical line, queen c2. Be trying to employ a dark square strategy here. Cannot rely upon my dark square bishop. I'm prepared to give him up. If questioned, I'll be taking the knight out. Be looking to have the harmony between my structure and the light square bishop if he's no longer around, so let's ask him a question. Okay. Actually, I had a look at this not too long ago at the computer, and that's a mistake because of this move. And I could move further, kick the knight, and then take here. And that is a super important pawn. So maybe they consider a sacrifice, but still I have this idea in mind. So let's see. I could even consider maybe if knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, taking here, and if queen takes, knight e4, the fork. Bishop takes queen, knight takes queen. Bishop takes pawn. I just run away to maybe e4. My knight could be challenged, then I could counterattack. I don't think it would go that far, but they're in the think tank. They must be considering this. If they go here, it's a clear pawn. G4 here, so maybe this is the best idea? I don't know. If I can manage to get out of this pin, that's going to be the big test for me. Can I find a convenient way to get out of this potential pin against my knight? Okay. I was ready to do this first. Careful now. Also, he could wrap around to f5. Knight h4. Knight takes pawn here. No, excuse me. Knight h4, the queen has to react after this. And then... Ooh. Okay, so things are certainly getting pretty sharp, but... Is that really a good idea? Interesting. Pawn takes, knight takes, queen e4 check. I could play knight here, though. And then I'm still on both knights. I think that this is correct to take here, because, I mean, my bishop is now brought to life. And I think that this is fine. Knight takes here. Hang on, my rook is hanging. I don't think that that could be taken advantage of, though. I have everything defended. He defends here. The knight is pinned. Queen e4, this knight here. I want to keep pressure on this knight. I have a minute advantage. They still have to address a threat against their knight at some point. So queen here, while aggressive looking, is releasing some defensive c3. This was my idea. I have stuff. All this stuff is defended. Good coordination here. He's the only one that's loose. So queen d4 maybe. Probably just sidestep. Maybe there's even lateral movement. It's pretty sharp. It's good that I have some time here. Also a potential developing move with tempo. Multiple threats here to win the rook. Okay, they just castle. I could take here and then take here. Or take here, actually. Because I'm on the queen. Queen takes bishop, there's this. I don't take the rook. In pawn takes, I could go here with check and then take their knight. So I'm going to be up a piece. Actually, I could do better. Let's get the queen now. They're down on time, but that was busted there. Had the queen there in a pin. 16, 13, 12, 9, 8. Less than a half hour left. Spinal Tap is not playing, so I'm maybe going to get paired up with him. Because Anton Cubed is playing. Right here. There we go. Alright, let's go with knight f3. And d4. And oh, I don't know. How about we go with c4? I'm going to take on c4. Let's go with e3. I played this in the simul not too long ago. A few days back against the prince as white. How about we go with knight here? Yeah, let's do that. I'm preparing to meet b5 with b3. Also on that move, don't I have knight here? Yeah, let me challenge that bishop. Yeah, let's see. On bishop g4, queen b3, b5 I take, and then challenge the bishop with h3. Could be a little bit uncomfortable for me to get my bishop out if my queen is on b3. I could, seeing the bishop come on this diagonal is a bit far-fetched. Okay, I'm going to have that. So I'm expecting b5. Although queen c7 maybe not a bad idea. But maybe on queen c7, okay, that's a little bit awkward, but I think that's still fine. Okay, let's hunt down their light square bishop. This is what I have to play for. And now, one moment to pause here. Should I take right now? Also, another question is, should I take on this square first? Before e6. I don't want that capture to happen. Let's keep this tension. I don't see a clear positive connected with capturing. I still don't think that I should capture the bishop just yet. What about c5? That's too early. Just castle? It's pretty simple. Yeah, let's castle. want to make sure that this bishop doesn't escape. And having said that, maybe bishop here is a sneaky idea. If I capture, pawn takes, and then he's kind of stranded. Not sure how long I could delay this capture. I'd like to see black first castle, and then I'll take. That way I don't have to worry about this being a half-open file for their rook. We're going to see. I could consider some, if I have the time, I'd like to clamp down with c5 and f4, controlling both pawn breaks by black. I'd really like to see that happen. It just helps my development. Bishop is free, the knight has new prospects. They give up their center point. I don't see this happening, but maybe knight here. Okay. Is now the time to take the bishop? And then maybe play f4? Or how about take the bishop and then play here, actually? What's wrong with that? That seems like a good way forward. Maybe a bit too quick. What about g5? Or none of the above? Let's go here. These sacrifices shouldn't be working with the queen coming out, because I can move the rook. And king f1, this will be a super defender. They're stopping that. But he is also weakened. So I want to try and pinpoint here. And also I'm playing with the two bishops, so let's look to open up this position now. Their king is in the center. I have this square covered with my queen. Also, I'm only realizing that now, so a bit lucky right there. I'd like to break down their light squares some more. If I move my f-pawn, my king is vulnerable on this diagonal. The rook is very awkward. Now that the position is opened up, maybe I have something sneaky in mind with... Can I push right now? I don't know. Let's go here for starters. Whoa, I don't have much time. 19 seconds. I was considering this. But on queen here, there's bishop f4. Queen there. I don't know. I gotta make a fast move, I think. Just drop my bishop back. Are they gonna castle? Probably rook a8. Okay. No, that's still not working. Now they're going to move the rook, for sure. Let's get here, less than 10 seconds. Let's put pressure on their pawn. Keep my b pawn free. I think I want to... Yeah. Gotta stop knight g6. I think I want my king on g2 now. Yeah. A knight on g6. I need to stop that, otherwise he's getting to one of these two. Let me put some pressure on the bishop. I'm also going into a pin here. Even on the clock. Gotta take him out. Am I not winning a pawn here, though? What's up with that? Yeah, I'm up a pawn. That move. I didn't see that. Okay. Well, let's go here. Maybe still look to attack their king. Or not. they could take on d4, take on c6. Okay. I'm going to try to hold this to a draw. They're going to hunt that pawn down. 3 versus 2. Let's see if I could get one exchange in. No, they're stopping that. So let's see if they could use some good technique here to beat me. I'm going to try and keep pressure on their f7 pawn. Yep, let's just stay pressure. Keep pressure on that guy. Step up with the king? Yeah, let's go up. I'm a little bit fearful of f5. I wanted to stop that push. Maybe it's best here to secure my king position now. Yeah, I think this is the right idea. Oh, that's where the king's going. Okay, king up, and I got mate. Rook h8, king h5, king h8. I want to exchange my h-pawn off. Okay. Want that f-pawn. Got to get in a good position here to question their king position. Now I'm going to keep their king cut off. The rook has to come over to like e7. In the meantime, I could improve my king position. Let's do that. And let's go here. And then king here, check. I want to get my king right here. Let's give this check. The rook's going to block, but I don't have time to calculate the king and pawn ending. I think I was able to do that. All right, I want to question their king position. I think I should be able to continually do that. Sneaky. King over. Kind of box out their king. And get within checking distance again, I think, really soon. Well, let's come over here. Yeah, I just think I keep my king here. King comes over here, okay. There we go. This is the drawing way. Maybe they're offering a draw soon. Might have a repetition. I guess we're going repetition town. That's going to do it. Okay, yep, they were, of course, those side pressing in that game right there. What did it take, 20 minutes? I didn't see that queen c2 move. That was a nice double attack. I was like, oh, they just dropped an f-pawn, but in the end they get it back, hitting both c4 and a2. All right, let's still run with c4. Play knight c3 now. Let's go with queen b3. I'm going to have this line starting with queen b6, c5, queen trade, and I'm going to look to play on the a file. That isn't a good move, I don't think, because I just pushed. This was a desirable move anyhow, so this is an instance of them provoking a move that I just wanted to play. And let's get my bishop here first, and then e3. This isn't stopping b5. I could still get this in. due to the pin. Maybe knight here. If they don't play knight there, I could consider preserving my bishop. And let's actually do that. I want to make sure I keep my dark square bishop around. And let's just get this in, and then after they castle and the rook is defended, now this is a threat, so I want to make sure I undouble my b-pawns. And if they take, I'm going to recapture and develop. So I have exactly what I would want here regarding my bishop and pawn structure. The bishop is outside of my pawn chain. Should the b file open up, it's nice that I have control over b8. Would make life difficult for black to contest. The c file, I could take that knight. I don't see a good reason to do that, though. Let's drop back. I don't know if I want a castle. This might be a fine home for my king. King d2, b4. I'm going to go with my instinct. King d2 it is. I shouldn't be too fearful of that. Just take him out. Knight on e4. I'm pretty sure this is where my king belongs. Rook here. I can't go to b1 just like they can't go to b8. Let's get there. Maybe keep some pressure on them with the clock. Maybe I should be a little bit quicker to jump in here. Maybe I was too fast to play rook c1. Maybe this was a better idea. Doubling on the a file with the b5 break. Okay, where's that knight going? Well, there's now a disconnect between the rooks, so I could get this move in. This rook is back to being pinned. Knight c6 was the idea. So this should be just winning now for me. This is a move, or I could even look to target a5. But I don't think there's any rush. Let's start with this, looking to crush their kingside structure. Bishop has to move. If he goes here, then that renews back rank stuff. So I could pick up the bishop pair. Should I do that? I like that idea. I could pinpoint that pawn. b6 is an idea as well. Are they lining this up? Maybe. Well, that's not a bother. Here I just back up my bishop. Let's pinpoint, let's secure e4. Let's strike at this square. And let's come all the way back. Okay. Can I do something really simple like double up on the a file, or should I consider first b6? b6 and then double up on the a file. b6 opens up this square for my pieces. Yeah, I like this idea. A knight getting in here, that's gotta be... Oh yeah, this has to be right. A knight right here, these two jumping points, call it 3 jumping points. Maybe even ideas connected with exchanging off dark square bishops and a knight on d6, which would be enormous. 8 different possibilities from that point. These are the ideal squares for that knight. These 16. Maximum number of moves. Knight here. Gonna return there. On e5 I'm just never taking. I want to keep this nice pawn chain. It's complemented well with this guy. Okay, he's not a bother. Feels like they need to go for a piece sack here. I guess they're just anticipating. You know what Black's best try is? They're going to have to go with the piece sack. They're going to have to go with chop, 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 and then 3 pawns for the piece. So let me actually negate that one idea they have. I don't want to allow this piece sack idea, because they may in fact be able to hunt down a 3rd pawn. 2 at least, directly, but then I'd have to be defending b6, so let's just rule this out altogether. Maybe even have bishop b5 as an idea. Could also look at this, and then a push with push. Interesting move. They're preparing e5. Can I not just get away right now with pushing? Let's prep this. Preparing c6 and just pushing right through. c6, it would have to be first rook takes, as otherwise b7 hits. This opens up this square for my bishop. That definitely feels right, because the knight is now also in a pin. King has to come over, and now I could even step my king up to defend this pawn, playing with 10 seconds. Okay. They're putting up some good resistance here. Should I just push through here with c6? Let's go for it. And then push again. I think I can do this. Also, I could have taken and then taken here. This is still going to work, though. I have some discovered check against their king. Yeah, so I could take here, and now next I'm looking to push and take their rook if their bishop moves. Okay, so now they're going to go in for this. Get the b pawn, or not. Okay, but this pawn is living, though. Knight on c5. Can't stop that. I had d7 controlled. Okay. They're just playing it out some. Now, let's just secure my king position. King d3. Okay, they resigned. Maybe one more game could get in. I'm at 16. What just... Oh, for a second I thought there was some issue with the score here. I was like, why do I not have fire? It's because I drew that last game. Okay. So one more game. This will most likely be the last one. Captain Obvious is in first there with 32. That's a lot of games. Alright, let's try another one here. Okay, so a BOGO Indian now. Or maybe, let's go for this. Queen's Indian. Okay. I covered many games. Well, a few games at least. From the candidates tournament where Black was playing this. Alright. Let's see if I could inconvenience white a little bit. Bishop d2. If knight c3, I think I could take. Alright, so now let's just be sneaky. Let's just drop back. And now let's return here to b7. Yeah. And this queen is a little bit misplaced, I believe. Play this move right now? Should I play d5 at this moment? Bishop e4? Let me think for a moment. If I castle, is d5 going to be played? I don't think that that's so much of a bother. I could even consider c6 in that case. Alright, let's go with d5. Okay, what about knight c6? feel like I've already misplayed this position. Yeah, something's gone wrong. Let's just reinforce d5. They may end up playing with this space advantage. e4 and then e5. I'm going to be challenging this knight, so on e4, knight here, knight takes, queen takes, e5 might hit. So they'll have some space, potentially. Let's see. Knight d7, takes, takes, takes. I could do an in-between takes and then take here. Let's get that in. So this was one of the things. Knight takes, queen takes, and they could do this. They have some space, but we have 3 minor pieces, not a full 4 versus 4. Yeah, he's kind of stranded if he goes over here, so I think I have to do this. Reroute over here. It's a little bit surprising to see that. It's a pretty early capture. So I take like this. I don't want to give this pawn a possibility to move. Okay. Well, thinking about f5. Yeah, I don't think I could allow f5 to hit. Pawn takes, I'm taking with the knight. I want to try and take advantage of this square. This is a gap in their position. Under a minute. 3:20 left in the tournament. To take or not? It's a now or never moment. Of course. These en passant ideas, alright. Knight takes. They might pinpoint this guy. Yep. Well, I think I need to focus on this. Yeah, I got to get rid of this knight and post up on e4. Otherwise, this pressure is too much. Bishop h3, I think I need to defend. Ooh. That move. Huh. Take that pawn, though, right? I guess the queen is going to come sweeping in. I imagine we're soon going to have an opposite color bishop type position. Less than 40. Okay. Queen exchange it is. Got to take out this knight and then jump in here. Knight e4, rook exchange. You may both end up with a passed pawn, we'll see. Feels kind of drawish, but white is the side here, playing for something with the bishop pair. Can they work around my knight? Okay. Interesting. Rook takes rook. Let's start with that. Knight takes bishop and then rook here. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's try for this. Rook here, I guess. No. Less than a minute in the tournament. I have 10 seconds. I'm going to struggle. No, I can't take, because then there's a c4 idea. Bishop check, I should have considered that. They're going to give a check to me, though. Bishop h3, bishop b4. Alright, I'm going to just try and hold on here. Bishop on c4. I need to get out of this pin, and I wanted to stop a c4 move. Let's stay here. Bishop there. I got to control these squares from their king. This should be a draw. They'll push. Let's just kick their king away. Yeah, this should be fine to hold. Get my pawns on dark. Let's come over here. Tournament's over. So let's see how this one finishes. Could they really try for something? There's only one weakness, so we're going to have this repetition. Yeah, there really wasn't anything. The big thing was to keep the bishops on board or not. I think you have to go for that to try for a win. It's my guess. Or right here, keep the rook on the board. I don't know. This is a tight game. I needed to act fast there with that e4 square. Okay, this tournament is officially over. Final standings Captain Obvious with perfect streak there. 36 points, 29, 24, 24, 17, and yikes, 2, 3, I only had 6 games in. Down here at 16th. 71 total players. Alrighty. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. To the 71 of you that took part in this. Good games. Oh, that was fun.